The Alberta teachers' strike is in its third day, and one of the key issues for teachers centers around classroom size and complexity and potential caps or student-teacher ratios. Now, the province has said a cap is a non-starter. For her insight, Sarah Hamilton joins us now in studio. She's an assistant professor of education at Mount Royal University. So the idea of a cap on classroom sizes, what is the case for it?
Well, I think we have to consider, first of all, that Alberta is still only one of two provinces that doesn't have some form of a cap size on their classrooms. It's us and Saskatchewan. British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec, they have actually legislated cap sizes for students. Other provinces have this through their collective agreements with teacher associations. We don't have a cap size here in Alberta, and in fact, since 2018, we haven't even had public statistics available that tells us what our classroom ratios to teachers and students are. I think there's a strong case to be made for the fact that increasing class sizes, while we know, and there's no one arguing the point, increasing complexities and diversities in the classroom is putting a strain on this system.
The Premier has said a cap is off the table, in part because the province doesn't have enough class space to do that. Does she have a point?
This is not just a straightforward answer of, yes, great, let's cap the sizes, let's reduce our ratios. There has to be considerations with space, of course, with extra classrooms. But I think in any case, we can be creative with solutions for that. I know that there's schools that are at capacity. Many schools are over capacity. And this is not just because of cap sizes. This is just because of the increase in students. And principals and boards and teachers are finding ways to make those extra classrooms available. I think we have to just recognize the fact that there will be some, that there will have to be some moving around. There will have to be some problem solving with that, but it's the right thing to do for our students.
We had the Education Minister, Dimitrios Nicolaides, on the program yesterday. He said, and I'm quoting here, all of the studies that have been done with respect to class sizes demonstrate there is very little to no impact on student academic achievement, end quote. How does that stand up to the research you're aware of?
The reduced number of students in a classroom has shown to have an impact when you're not talking about a small reduction of 2 to 3 students. When you're talking about reducing sort of those younger grades down to about 15 to 17 students, it actually does have a positive impact. For the older students, less of an impact, but I think that when that's simply looking at the idea of academic achievement. There are other factors, though, that are impacted by class sizes. These are things like one-on-one time with a teacher. There's a greater positive impact for particular students, disadvantaged students, students who have special needs. Those students see a greater impact of those reduced class sizes, and we know with this complexity, we are seeing more of those students. We see greater student belonging and well-being. We see greater number of interactions. But I do think that this might be where the minister is sort of considering what he's saying there. The reality is that if the reduction in class size isn't accompanied by effective instructional practices that take advantage of those class sizes, that's where we don't see a big effect.